Donald Trump panics the trade war that was initially America's ultimate weapon has now backfired after raising import tariffs on goods from China by 145%. Trump thought China would submit. But in reality, Beijing responded even more fiercely with tariffs of 125% and immediately hit the US economy back. The stock market was shaking. Industrial players screamed, and now Trump is starting to waver and ask for negotiations. China is not staying silent. They know this tariff game has been an old American tactic, and now Beijing is showing. They are not a party that can be fooled. Trump, who used to be loud about wanting to win big in the trade war, is now starting to regret it. The world is watching. This is the time for America to beg for peace from a country that no longer wants to be a victim of economic pressure. Indonesia, when will he dare? Like this? Trump was initially confident. He raised import tariffs on goods from China by 145%, hoping that the pressure would make Beijing kneel. But the reality on the ground is very different. Experts are weakening. China is instead attacking back with a retaliatory tariff of 125%. The world is amazed. Trump is angry. He did not expect China to dare to retaliate this aggressively. In his last few speeches, Trump began to sound frustrated. He said China was not playing fair. Even though the high tariff policy was what he used to claim was the right step to win the trade war, under the leadership of Jinping, China has taken a very firm position. They have not only raised tariffs, but also expanded trade cooperation with Middle East Asian countries and even Eastern Europe. China has shown that they have many options other than America. Some economic observers call Trump's move an economic suicide strategy. Why? Because American companies are now screaming that production will increase, the supply chain will be disrupted, and consumers will begin to feel the impact through soaring prices. Apple, Tesla, and American agricultural companies have begun lobbying the White House to review these tariffs. There are even reports that several vital industries are considering relocating production abroad. Due to the pressure from this trade war, Trump, who was once very confident, is now starting to lose his way. He called economic advisors, held an emergency meeting, and even secretly sent signals to Beijing to open the door to renegotiations. But China did not budge. Jinping knows that this is the time to show China's fangs. China is no longer a weak economy like a few decades ago. Now they are a global power that cannot be suppressed that easily. Some analysts even say that China now has a higher bargaining position. The latest data shows that Chinese exports to the ASEAN and BRICS regions have increased sharply, while America is starting to have difficulty maintaining its own economic stability due to the domino effect of the tariffs it created itself. The American stock market is starting to shake. The Dow Jones is experiencing sharp fluctuations. Global investors are restless, and trust in Trump's economic strategy is starting to decline. Even some of his loyal supporters are starting to question whether this is the right step. If this trade war continues without a clear direction, America is predicted to suffer major losses, not only in the economic sector, but also in its global reputation. The world is witnessing that Washington is now not the only major player on the international economic stage. Trump is now faced with a difficult choice to remain stubborn and face the risk of domestic economic collapse, or give in and open up room for compromise with China. One thing is for sure, Jinping has shown that China is not an opponent to be underestimated. Then how Indonesia positions itself in this trade war, please submit in the comments column.